Overall, I'm still looking for some downside for the dollar because of primarily where we're trading, massive levels of resistance in the higher time frames. Effectively, what's keeping us in a range. We've got the high of the range up there, the low of the range roughly around here, and the market has been fluctuating between these two prices for the past couple of years. So it's going to take a lot of energy for us to go and break through that. And to be fair, at the moment, we do have quite a lot of energy and we could potentially see the breakout, but I'm always going to anticipate price to react with a level and see some downside. If we do break, we'll break, I'll reanalyze and we'll go from there. And as I've said on multiple occasions, if we do get the breakout, we're probably going to push to the high there. So we can speak about that when it does happen. But for now, we're still respecting the area as resistance. Dropping to the daily chart, you can see we did have a bit of a drop yesterday. So we did see a bit of weakness. Didn't really amount to much, to be honest. I've been looking for a drop for dollar back to this area. This is where I expect us to get to 105,400. Yeah, we kind of came a third of the way there before seeing some upside. And as I said yesterday, we might still push up before having that move down. There'll be a lot of traders who are short or long, potentially EURUSD, for example, from last week. A lot of stocks will be above that high. We potentially could go one more push, take that high out before seeing the relief. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening. In fact, that could be a really nice trade opportunity. We'll look at that on the flip side with euro, but in terms of the dollar, I still do expect us to get there, whether we just put a lower high in and drop, or maybe we have one more push to the upside. As long as we hold the level, so that one more push doesn't take us to the moon, then I'm expecting us to drop to the downside. And this is the level I'm looking at, 105,400 roughly. So, don't know what happened there. In my book, there's still a lot more downside. There's still a lot more downside for the dollar. I know we looked a little bit bullish this morning, but I would still expect us to continue to see some downside. If we do start pushing up this afternoon and the rest of the week, I do think we'll top out somewhere. It's always just difficult to try and catch where that top will be. Yeah, it's always the difficult trade, aggressive trade. But in this situation, you can see how dollars very overextends to the upside. I do expect us to see some downside. So taking that information into euro, I'm expecting the inverse. I'm expecting price to push up. Of course, euro is pretty much doing the exact same thing on the higher time frames. As we can see, massive support in this area. A couple of bounces prior, big bounce over there, second one over there. And now we're trading at the third area. So I do expect to see price have a bit of relief to the upside. I was talking about the consolidation here yesterday. I said price might want to have one more push down. So same with dollar having one more push up. One more push down first, and then we might see the move. Yesterday, we actually were looking pretty bullish. We'll come back into the range there. Again, that down push might still happen, but the idea is still the same, looking for that relief. And again, if you're looking to sell euro, I still like the level up here for the shorts, retesting that prior low, which is 1.07, lines up really well with the psychological level. I think that'll be a nice place for a short to look for stops above the high, and of course, a continuation back into the low. And of course, if you're looking for the longs, you're looking for the opposite, around these areas, stops below, and a push to the high. So these are some nice kind of intra-week trade opportunities, which I do like for euro. I'm leaning more towards the bearish one because it's in line for momentum. The buys are always a bit difficult. Like I said, we don't have to bounce here. We can still break through the level. So it's always going to be an aggressive trade. But if it does play out, you're looking at a decent risk to reward. So yeah, these two opportunities look good. Whether you're looking to short or long, there's opportunities in both directions. Just about staying patient and waiting for the right time, essentially. This for me looks like a nice place to short from, 1.07, retesting that low. I believe we do line up with the 0.618 of the Fibonacci as well, from that high to that low. As you can see, 0.618 running straight through that level. So a really nice confluence there and a healthy pullback. But for now, kind of doing neither of the two, really, kind of just hovering inside that consolidation. So looking for one more drop and probably some nice buys maybe tomorrow or the day after. In terms of pound USD, I'm not really interested with the buys with this one, but I do like the sells. So again, this one's similar situation. I'm looking for some retracement, but this is the level I'm looking to short from. I think this one lines up to 0.618 as well. Yeah, bang on the money there. If we could see some upside to that area, that looks like a nice place for a short and a continuation. Looking for entries around 1.285, stops above the zone. Of course, we'll see what type of price action we get there. We might run straight through. So it's important we wait for price to get there, see some rejection, some wicks, and then we can look for some entries. And yeah, looking to take price back down again. But if I scale to the higher time frame, you can see where pound USD is trading, coming into another key low. A reason why I'm expecting price to bounce. And if USD does see that downside I'm looking for, then these USD pairs are going to move to the upside in turn. So yeah, looking for some shorts there for pound, but will probably take some time for us to get there initially. But the shorts do look good. 1.285 Aussie dollar. I believe we're having some retracement on that one as well, pushing up. I'm not a big fan of the shorts with this one because it's not as big of a pullback as I want. For example, if I draw the Fibonacci from the high there to the low, we're only getting, not even testing 0.5 there, whereas the levels are marked in euro and pounds, they're hitting the 0.618. So I know naturally the market's a bit more stretched. It's had a deeper pullback. Here for Aussie, it's a nice level because it was price support really well in the 4-hour time frame. Could act as resistance pretty well again, 0.654. And I still do expect Aussie to keep dropping, actually, to be honest. I'm still looking for a push into the low here, which we haven't yet got to. So yeah, Aussie dollar still has a reason to keep falling to go and test some bigger levels further down. So Aussie dollar shorts look okay, but they don't quite tick my boxes. Therefore, it's not really a setup I'm looking at. But if the USD pairs are going to fall, Aussie dollars are going to fall with them as well. It doesn't matter if it doesn't tick my boxes or not. If the USD is going to be weak, Aussie dollar is most likely going to see some downside. Similar situation with NZD USD. But I think NZD USD is already testing some big levels. Yes, I wouldn't be looking to short NZD USD anymore because of primarily where we're trading. We have to see a lot more upside before I think about looking to short. Again, we've got a key level down there as well. So if NZD USD does drop again, there is a 0.58 area there with which we might bounce from. Overall, we are looking pretty good though. It was a nice consolidation from last week coming into this week. And now we're kind of breaking above that. So we might start to push up from here on out. So it does look like the USD pairs are getting ready for some upside. I'm looking across the board, looking at the price action. A lot of them had some consolidation, which they're broken out of. And a lot of them looks like they're coming back to retest that. So if that holds, we could probably see a lot more upside. If you take a look at gold, I really like the gold setup. To be fair, gold's at the top of my watch list right now for some shorts. I'm really eager to get into some shorts. Of course, eager within reason. I've got a plan. I'm going to wait for that setup to arise within the plan. But I just really like the opportunity. It ticks a lot of my boxes very, very well. So I'm waiting for price to get to my areas, and then I can start looking to short. But this is what I'm looking for, 26.50. Overall, very similar setup to euro and pound in terms of breaking retest of the prior low. We've got the 0.618 confluence there as well. And of course, we had the really big break of structure to our left there, taking out that prior low, which gave us this big drive to the upside. Price has gone and broken straight through that. So that tells me that we've had a big break of structure. Most likely there's going to be more downside to come. And as we approach the 26.50, the market's pretty stretched. Monday, Tuesday has been pretty bullish. So if you can top out around here, could see the rest of the week take us back down again. So yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing on the higher time frames as well. Solid bearish candle closes on the daily chart and the weekly, which is the time frame we're on right now. And overall, I think there's still room to the downside for gold to fall into back to 24.50. So yeah, the shorts look really good to me there for gold. And of course, if USD is going to be strong, keep that strength going up, that should help gold to the downside as well. But we'll see. Setup's almost there. I have to keep an eye on it because it could set up later today or maybe early tomorrow. But I am looking to take some shorts on gold.